Do not go to bed until you have gone over the day 3 times in your mind. What wrong did I do? What good did I accomplish? What did I forget to do? The soul of man is divided into 3 parts: intelligence, reason, and passion. Intelligence and passion are possessed by other animals, but reasoned by man alone. The highest goal of music is to connect one's soul to their divine nature, not entertainment. We come from God as the tree from the root and the stream from the spring. That's why we should always be in contact with Him as the trunk from the root, because the stream dries up when it is separated from the spring, and the tree dies when it is uprooted. If you have a wounded heart, touch it as little as you would an injured eye. There are only 2 remedies for the suffering of the soul: hope and patience. The oldest, shortest words, yes and no, are those which require the most thought. Hate and fear breed a poison in the blood, which, if continued, affects eyes, ears, nose, and the organs of digestion. Therefore, it is not wise to hear and remember the unkind things others might say about you. Don't try to cover your mistakes with false words. Rather, correct your mistakes with examination. There is nothing so easy but that it becomes difficult when you do it reluctantly. Let no one persuade you by word or deed to do or say whatever is not best for you. Friends are as companions on a journey, who ought to aid each other to persevere in the road to a happier life. As long as man continues to be the ruthless destroyer of lower living beings, he will never know health or peace. For as long as men massacre animals, they will kill each other. Indeed, he who sows the seed of murder and pain cannot reap joy and love. If there be light, then there is darkness. If cold, heat; if height, depth; if solid, fluid; if hard, soft; if rough, smooth; if calm, tempest; if prosperity, adversity; if life, death. No one is free who has not obtained the empire of himself. No man is free who cannot command himself. As long as men massacre animals, they will kill each other. Indeed, he who sows the seeds of murder and pain cannot reap the joy of love. Most men and women, by birth or nature, lack the means to advance in wealth or power, but all have the ability to advance in knowledge. It is only necessary to make war with 5 things: with the maladies of the body, the ignorances of the mind, with the passions of the body, with the seditions of the city, and the discords of families. We ought so to behave to one another as to avoid making enemies of our friends, and at the same time to make friends of our enemies. Souls never die, but always on quitting one abode pass to another. All things change, nothing perishes. The soul passes hither and thither, occupying now this body, now that. As a wax is stamped with certain figures, then melted, then stamped anew with others, yet it is always the same wax. So the soul, being always the same, yet wears at different times, different forms. Friends are as companions on a journey who ought to aid each other to persevere in the road to a happier life. Thought is an idea in transit, which when once released, never can be lured back, nor the spoken word recalled, nor ever can the overt act be erased. As long as man continues to be the ruthless destroyer of lower living beings, he will never know health or peace. For as long as men massacre animals, they will kill each other. Some are slaves of ambition or money, but others are interested in understanding life itself. These give themselves the name philosophers, and they value the contemplation and discovery of nature beyond all other pursuits. A good soul hath neither to great joy nor to great sorrow, for it rejoiceth in goodness, and it sorroweth in wickedness, by the means whereof, when it beholdeth all things, and seeth the good and bad so mingled together, it can neither rejoice greatly, nor be grieved with overmuch sorrow. From his foot we can measure Hercules, is a maxim of proportionality inspired by an experiment attributed to Pythagoras.